on 6 o'clock UK time. Very warm welcome indeed to my Aunt Angela and my Uncle Alasdair's kitchen. This is Fiona's kitchen concert, but we're not in my kitchen this week. I'm so delighted to have special guests. Well, I'm bombarding into your kitchen, but to have Uncle Alasdair.
Not for the first time.
Not for the first time. And Bobby Harvey. Welcome to Uncle Alasdair's kitchen.
Thank you very much, Fiona.
I mean, this is just so exciting, A, to have got out of my own kitchen, but also to share some old tunes and some happy memories, because, well, obviously, we go back a very long way. Bobby, how long, roughly, do we go back?
About the same as your Uncle Alasdair.
A long time.
A long time.
Early 60s, I'm sure.
It must be.
Yeah.
It must be. Bobby, of course, was not just a famous fiddler, but he fabulous hairdressing salon.
Oh.
So still got a very good head of hair, but frankly not quite as good a head of hair as my Uncle Alasdair. So we've got some tunes and we've got some songs, and we're going to reminisce a wee bit. For those of you from all over the world, well, I want to say hello to a couple of people. Ali Renshaw, she celebrated her 50th birthday in Inverness, and Sister Laurie had been in touch last week to say that she had a brilliant time in Inverness. So happy birthday, Ali. And also I want to say happy birthday today to Bob Simpson in Athens. Bob, very good friend, dear friend from, well, when my husband was 2, so that's a few years ago. My husband is not here today. He is in his own kitchen in Aberdeen watching his own TV with his feet up. I also want to say hello to Kellen Wiebeke in Denmark. This is an international kitchen concert. So Kellen Wiebeke are in Denmark, and Christine, Andrew, Santa and Sam in France.
Hello.
Hi. Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. And also, that's about the limit of our French. And my lovely friend
Fiskerman.
Susie Wong Pearman Bradley, who's in Sydney, Australia.
Oh.
So, I mean, we've got quite a lot of people.
Playing down with your father.
So, Uncle Alasdair, Mod Gold medalist, for those of you who don't know, highest accolade.
Not mad, Mod.
Highest accolade in the Gaelic singing world. But of course, a doctor of dentistry. I can blow your trumpet.
Oh, wow.
And retired a few years ago from dentistry.
Yep. Retired, but still managed to keep myself active, you know.
Yes, well.
I just think it's so appropriate to have something in the kitchen, because I don't know about people watching, but whenever we entertain in the house, and Angela's got a big spread up in the dining room and the lounge and people are milling around, inevitably the hardcore ends up in the kitchen. Yeah. That's what all happens.
That's where the drink is.
Exactly.
It's so appropriate to have many a good ceilidh and concert in the kitchen that's taking place into the small hours. But it's a very respectable time. It's too early, 6 o'clock.
The nicest.
How is it in Australia?
It must be 5 or 6 o'clock somewhere, I think. So what, you're going to kick off the kitchen concert. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Well, when I was growing up as a kiddie, not just Gaelic songs, we'd be singing country and western songs. Irish songs were a great favourite. All the Count John McCormick songs, the Percy French songs, and I loved all the humour of the Irish songs. And I think if I hadn't been born a Scot, I would have been I'd like to have been more an Irishman, because I can empathise with Ireland very well. We're over recently, before this lockdown thing, we were over in Skerries. We've got lovely relations in Skerries. If you're watching, Chrissy Matheson, Byrne, all the Byrne family. And we went in Skerries to look at a bench, and the bench is reputed to be the one on which Percy French sang.
Oh, really?
And composed. And he composed the Mountains of Mourne, because you can see the Mourne Mountains from Skerries. Yeah. And it's unusual because it's a part of the beach where you're actually looking north, not south, looking into the Mountains of Mourne.
Into the Mountains of Mourne.
So it's lovely. And we went to a wee pub there called, very low ceiling, so it was called Stoop Your Head. And I was going, anyway, this song is, I've so many little funny French, Irish songs. This one I thought very appropriate. Instead of cooking in the kitchen, which Angela normally does, this is courting in the kitchen. Come Listen, single bell and bow, and to me pay attention. Don't ever fall in love, for 'tis the devil's own invention. Once I fell in love with a maiden so bewitching, Miss Henrietta Bell out of Captain Kelly's kitchen. Toodaloo-lie, 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 toodaloo-lie. At the age of 17, I was apprentice to a grocer, not far from Stephen's Green, where Miss Henry used to pose her. Her manners were sublime, she sent me hard a twitching, and she invited me to a hoolie in the kitchen. Toodaloo-lie, 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 toodaloo-lie. Next Sunday being the day we were to have the flare-up, I dressed myself a gay and I frizzed and all my hair up. The captain had no wife, faith he had gone on fishing, so we kicked up high life down below stairs in the kitchen. Toodaloo-lie, 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 toodaloo-lie. With me arms around her waist, she slyly hinted marriage, to the door in dreadful haste. Came Captain Kelly's carriage, her eyes filled with hate, and poison she was spitting, when the captain at the door marched straight into the kitchen. Toodaloo-lie, 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 toodaloo-lie. I said she did invite me, but she gave a flat denial. For assault they did indict me, and I was sent for trial. She swore I'd rob the house, in spite of all the screeching, and I got 6 months hard for me curtain in the kitchen. Toodaloo-lie, 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 well, toodaloo-lie, 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 and the toodaloo-lie. You would have thought we had rehearsed that.
And that's without drink. Can you imagine what it'd be like if we had all had a dram? That was brilliant. But you studied in Belfast, dentistry.
Well, I did postgraduate work in dentistry in Belfast. But before that, when I was a student, I did a tour of Southern Ireland after I won the Mod Medal. And I went with the Hawthorne Accordion Band from Perth. And we teamed up with another band in Ireland and an Irish singer called Nita Norrie. That's a long time ago. We played all the places from Limerick, Waterford, Rathkeil, Cork City Hall, and I remember buying my favourite all-time fiddle record, other than Bobby Harvey's, of course. Is one that
diplomacy.
It's one where I had the Mason's Apron played in the most. Sean Maguire.
Sean,
what a player.
Magic.
And I bought that record as a real collector's piece. I lent it to the BBC and they really played it to death, and I got it back eventually in a pretty worn out condition with all sorts of marks on it, but it still stands as the ultimate version of the Mason's Apron. All the various alterations, fantastic. I had Ali do it as well, but they've all picked up that kind of idea, and it's just fantastic.
But you and Bobby have played together so many times over the years. Tell me a bit, Bobby, how about...
Oh, we started in Fireside Cayley in the STV. And the beautiful thing about Fireside Cayley was, it just...
Antique Roadshow.
The thing about that cover, you see that cover? Now, we made records in those days, Alasdair, and that was the first records that we made. And it was 15 tracks a day. No, just one track a day folk take now. That thing there, I watched you setting up a triangular photograph, the camera stand. That one there is taken on a camera that I got in Cyprus. From the Air Force, and we had to put, remember you had to get the wee bulbs to put in the top.
Oh wow.
And it was the flash gun was in the top. And then Jimmy Riley there, the guitarist, he had to hold my fiddle while I took the picture and ran into the picture and that was the cover of the record.
And so you're here.
That's a black-haired Bobby.
That's
So Bobby's here. Uncle Alasdair is here. And lovely Evelyn
Campbell.
Evelyn Campbell, beautiful singer. And Johnny Bannerman, Lord Bannerman. And this was the Fireside Ceilidh.
That was the Fireside Ceilidh.
And did that replicated a television programme?
Oh yeah, right.
So
that's the set.
That was the set. Yeah.
And the Jimmy Riley on guitar there. That's
Jimmy was a languages teacher.
Fantastic.
And we all joined. If you remember, we all joined the Circle Française de Glasgow.
I do remember that.
Because the Circle Française de Glasgow had a licence to 12 o'clock at night and the rest of the place was shut at 10.
You're giving away too many stories now.
So we've got this cover, but actually Uncle Alasdair was also known sometimes as a swinging gale. So there is a swinging gale. So there's Uncle Alasdair with a horse, a cowboy hat, a kilt. But you, I think it's fair to say, you recorded some country songs in Gaelic. So you translated them.
Already, the country songs were so popular in the West, up in the Hebrides, and people sang them, of course, in the English fashion. Yeah. And I thought, well, why don't we do it in Gaelic? And I started translating some, and I got some. Streets of the Radio was a James Mackenzie, fabulous translation he did. I did Where Have All the Flowers Gone? I did what's that one now? Scarlet Ribbons. My father did Red River Valley.
Yes.
And we were looking at Red River Valley.
I know.
Interesting.
It is. I mean, it says here the folk songs of traditional music have evolved from the blending of different cultural traditions. Familiar songs sometimes spring from surprising origins. One of the most notable is the popular folk song Red River Valley. What appears to be a simple song of lament sung by cowboy singers around campfires is in reality the end of a musical mix that has its foundation in the melodies of traditional folk songs sung in the mists of a Gaelic past, and whose lyrics were written in a personal expression of the cultural conflict occurring during the 19th century settlement of the American continent by Europeans and related displacement of the indigenous natives. So you were drawn to the song as a song, you translated it into Gaelic. Bobby played it with you on this very record. Yeah. And they're going to do it for us now.
Why not? Why not? Can you remember it?
Well.
Oh, and we have another. People drop into kitchens, and we have an open door policy in this house, just as Fiona and Francis have in Blair's. And Bobby's son Scott, who's a great musician in his own right, he dropped in with a banjo,
which is great. We can't get. I don't know. Are we the right way up this week? Because my friend Alan Stewart, he was very worried that Uncle Alasdair was going to be filmed upside down.
And I was worried.
In fact, everybody's worried when I'm in charge of the technology. Are we the right way up?
And I said, I'm not wearing my kilt, so it's going to be upside down. Ik ken al in mijn hoofd is geen zoeien. Ik ken al zijn hoofd. O koning clown der wat je ne hoofdje had moe. Jena koning clown hou vagen. O geleerde vrouwen gaan je. O koning en grieën staan je. Silverblad als een asje. O ik ken al in mijn huis geen zoeien. Ik ken al zijn huis. O koning clown kerk naar heine. Is het badje een hoofdje wat moe. Jena koning clown hou vaken. O geleerde vrouwen gaan je. O koning en grieën staan je. Silverblad als een asje. O ik ken al in mijn huis geen zoeien. Ik ken al zijn huis. O koning clown kerk naar heine. Is de badje een hoekje wat moe. Amore was skriven og ikke I har taget sig fire A kan I så like skanje Svifte huvudgræsen på skyer Og ikke navn og høtjen søye Ikke navn, sier dem høy Og køyne klau derekne heine Esle bakene hok skjen kvad
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now,
Thanks, Bobby.
What we need to be.
Oh, that's a blast from the past.
it really is. I'm sure we've got some comments, haven't we? That I'm going to try and see who is watching.
Like, behave yourself.
Can we see who's watching here? John Callahan is watching, I think I can see. Who can you see? Can anybody see anything without specs? Let me see. Wilma McPherson and Jeannie Martini from Canada and Sean. They've sent us 3 love hearts. David Dunlop, I think I can see. We're doing well with the technology this week, everybody. Wherever you are. So we've got Canada, we've got Australia, we've got Junie watching. That's great.
Hi, Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Hi, Junie.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Yes, we can see. And we've got so many friends all over. But there's such a lovely thing about a céilí in the kitchen. I mean, a céilí is a Gaelic word originally, really, isn't it, for a gathering?
That's right. I remember doing the CDs in Canada in the 70s, and it was called Céilí. And the papers had to say Céilí, K-A-Y-L-E-E. And they had to tell what a céilí was. But of course, I thought everyone in Nova Scotia knew what a céilí was, but they did. But this series went right across Canada, so we had to explain exactly. But then it was, again, the predominantly fiddle music, Cape Breton fiddle music, which was fantastic. Wonderful stuff. Newfie step dancing and myself. You guessed it in one, I remember.
I did.
We had a céilí in here with Buddy, my master, a wee while ago.
Absolutely. Bobby, well done, remembering that. Buddy, my man. I thought he forgot. Buddy, my master.
Look, he's not
one of the great Cape Breton fiddlers.
Yeah.
Uncle of Natalie.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, superb.
So,
I mean, it's flowing through the genes. It's in the DNA.
Right.
And just like Bobby, your son Scott is here. And he's going to play a tune on the banjo later on. No, it's okay, it's okay. We're going to do a wee song. We need you for a note, Bobby.
Oh, a note. The note B flat was it, Fiona? Yes.
Uncle will say, I'll give you a B, you flatten it for me.
Aye, find that one.
because reminiscing about the swinging gale, this would be classed as an EP, an elongated play.
EP, yeah.
So you also had translated into Gaelic. In fact, I mean, amazingly, Pete Seeger's song "Where Have All the Flowers Gone," which, of course, great song commenting on the social situation at that time, which is almost, so relevant today. So many of the Seeger songs are, and we went to see Peggy Seeger, of course, down in the Mogai Town Hall, just down the road.
Fantastic.
And Peggy is on the road. And
I got you her book, I think, is it good?
You did? Yeah, I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing. So, and I thought you and I could maybe try together to do a bit of one of your songs, "Where Have All the Flowers Gone."
Okay, I'll give it a go. We've not tried it, but we'll try. We're going to rehearse it now.
This is the kitchen. My note, please, maestro.
Yes, you're right.
Is that the right note?
This key will suit Fiona, but no chance for me.
B flat the last time.
You carry on.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Katjenjach ne vloerigen, non je vatte schagen. Katjenjach ne vloerigen, je voor, kaatjenjacht na vloedigen, hokken hier aan het lessen, ook kun je hutjes doen, ook kun je hutjes doen.
Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Gone to soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Kaatjenjacht na hier en ook, nun je vader zegt. Kaatjenjacht na hier en ook, dat je nun je voor. Kaatjenjacht na hier en ook, een goede tje je niet gepast. Ook kun je hutjes doen, ook kun je hutjes doen.
Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Oh, kun je hutjes doen? Oh, kun je hutjes doen?
When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Isn't it amazing? A good song is a good song is a good song forever. And
Yep.
Pete Seeger certainly wrote
Oh, wonderful.
many,
Wonderful.
many
Yeah,
wonderful,
yes.
many wonderful songs.
So it was a special time in my life doing these things, you know, and it was a start, hopefully a start of something that stimulated a lot of other young people to do all the things they've been doing since then, and very much better. But it was a start.
Yeah.
And there we are, and where have all the flowers gone? Where did Bobby Harvey go?
Well, I think we need to get Scott into the picture now.
Okay.
Because Scott is going to do a
sideways with my coffee.
Can I introduce you? I'll get out of the way. Scott, you come in and I'll move out. I'm still here. I'm going to look at some of the comments and say hello to a few people. Welcome to the kitchen.
Thanks very much, great.
And great, you're going to play a tune by Phil Cunningham.
Yeah, it's the mod theme tune. Centenary Joe's the name of it, but most people know it as the mod tune.
Yeah,
So-
which is quite apt because the Gaelic mod is held usually every October every year, and they've kept with this theme tune of Phil's, I think. But lovely to hear it on the banjo.
Well, it depends.
Take it away, Scott.
back to you.
Hey, great, wonderful, Scott. Thank you so much. I love the banjo. Really, it does just give. I'm going to say a few hellos to people because it's all a bit on a wee bit of a delay. But I'm going to say hello to Anne Richardson and Ina Stewart. Oh, we get a wee bit of you as well playing. Ina Stewart, Brian Innes, just tuning in, great duet. Jodie DeRamo from Kentucky. Hi, Jodie. Hi, Karen. That's brilliant. Bob Kenyon, Nan Mackenzie, Christine McPhail, Frida Baxter, and many other people are watching. I mean, it's just lovely how many people tune into this. Sam Downs, Linda Nolan, my sister-in-law. Hi, Linda. Hi, George. They'll have enjoyed the Irish songs because they're in Dublin. It's brilliant how many people actually. Well, we can hear a reprise of this on here. Christine McPhail, Brian Innes. I mean, it's Colin Manders, Christine Fitzgerald.
Oh, Christine, aye.
Yes, Kathy
Could have Christine to
McManus.
sing a song with us. I never thought.
Christine, we're missing you. I know that you would be here singing if you could. And I can see there's some. Murdo McInnes there, and Jean Mitchell are there. So that's great. But there's just loads of people. So, Bobby, I mean, you're still playing, which is fantastic. I hope you don't mind me asking. I mean, how many years in total you've been playing? When did you start? I'm not going to be so rude as to ask your age.
Maybe 80.
80 years you've been playing.
Near enough. I mean, Alasdair and I are both young boys here. You know, we're the octogenarians in this outfit, I can tell you. I'm 85. No, asking you.
I was 79 for 3 years.
I was 37 for about 20 years.
But you both have fabulous heads of hair, though. I mean, I don't know many men of, you know.
I'll take it off.
Aye. It's been difficult getting a haircut this wee while back.
It hasn't been easy.
Katrina's been cutting my hair.
Oh, and making a good job of it too.
She's doing fine.
But you were
It's
telling
not
me
really
earlier, Bobby, you played also with my dad.
I did.
And you went on a few adventures. You in New York. What was it? New York? Or you did a white.
I played Carnegie Hall in New York.
Don't
And
get
I
much
played,
better than that.
Played right from one end of Canada to the other, and up in Vancouver Island, and as far down as that, in Vancouver itself.
Yeah.
Or along the prairies, and then went down in America. We only did Boston, New York, and a Scotch colony outside New York called, what was it, Hamilton?
Hamilton. Well, Hamilton's Ontario.
No.
No?
It was in New York County.
Oh right, New York County.
aye.
Right.
Wasn't Kearney?
Kearney,
Kearney.
yeah. We
Kearney's
played
a
Kearney
Scottish
as well.
Yeah, and you did you
Yeah,
did the same.
Ah, you did the same too,
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, because what was great at that time, Andy Stewart, he had a tour, didn't he?
Yeah.
That it really appealed. It had great appeal all across the States and
aye,
Canada, and Uncle Alasdair's program. I mean, that
And your
was a
programme
top-rated
was right across. Aye.
Yeah.
program. How many series did you do there?
About 3 or 4. You know, it was a terrific adventure at the time. It was fantastic. It started off as a pilot show, and then it took off on the network.
Yeah.
And then before that, they tried me out in a program called Sing Along Jubilee, which was continuous music. And the wonderful experience there was Anne Murray was in that program.
Oh, I loved
Great
her.
country
Snowbird.
singer.
Yeah.
And Catherine
Aye.
McKinnon, who then toured with me in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many connections with sort of the Carolinas in America,
Yeah.
North Carolina, South
yeah.
Carolina, the Appalachian, but also Canada.
And
There's
I
such
must
a
tell you, you forget there weren't so many stations, I don't suppose now as there are now, but when you went to the network, people knew you from all over the country. And when Angela and I went on a trip across Canada, we got off the train at different stops. Winnipeg, we went on the Saturday morning, we went down in the hotel to Winnipeg, and in Winnipeg we heard the sound of the bagpipes. Oh, I thought, homing pigeons, off we went. And it was the Burns Club of Winnipeg having their annual meeting, and we sort of slipped in at the back. Little did I realise how well known became with network television, so I ended up having to entertain the meeting.
and true,
Unpaid.
true Scots, no fee.
That's it, same as our host. The bun strippers in their house.
Oh, but you know, half an hour passes sort of in a flash, and it's been lovely to come to your kitchen and it's been lovely, Bobby, to have you and Scott
it's great
to
seeing
play
you again, Fiona.
and reminiscing a bit about the old days and all the good times. I think it would be lovely to finish off with some mouth music, because I guess that's what we grew up with, you grew up with and passed down the line.
All right, can we do this together?
Well, we can try. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
So, do we have a note, or are you just going to? You just start. Yeah.
How's that?
That sounds good to me.
Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles, mere, is the Calican.
Lantai Gilligan.
Lantai Calican.
Lantai Gilligan.
Lantai Calican.
Lantai Gilligan.
Lantai Calican, Lantai Lumpatu, Lantai Vatican. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles, mere, is the Calican.
Bottic on the knee.
Calican the Nullapul.
Bottic on the knee.
Calican the Nullapul.
Bottic on the knee.
Calican the Nullapul. Canrush, Casrush, Gemirin, Yikafood, and phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles on the phone there, Vanada. Phone there, Gilles, mere, is the Calican. Jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det hon jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det jag kan välja sig för det tjänar vocken är sen all det vocken är sen all det vocken är sen all det bygga man det välja sig för det tjänar jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det jag kan trösta vad det vocken är sen all det bygga man det välja sig för det tjänar
Vocken je zijn alde,
vocken je zijn alde, vocken je zijn alde, maar bigger man the belly nest could reach down there.
We finished at the
And I suppose we should say it always very clean, that song, but it actually says if the old fella doesn't behave himself, just dump him in the river. And I'll keep dumping him in the river until he behaves himself.
I think everyone will be very relieved to know that, in case you thought we were swearing at you or anything, because it has that connotation. But Gaelic mouth music was ever thus. It was about the rhythm, and it was about stretching the cloth and having fun.
They made songs out of any sort of detail of life. It was a reflection on society. And my father used to write songs about things that happened to him when he was at sea, and he would have about 40 verses, and my mother used to say, for goodness sake, not another verse, John. You know? and he would intersperse it with stories. I'll tell you why I came to write this verse. So and so happened, and off he goes. But blessedly, mercifully, the School of Scottish Studies have recorded a lot of stuff he did, and now and again I'm driving along and I hear Radio and Gael, and I hear my father singing to me. Yeah.
But I mean, isn't that great?
Yeah,
and also it's history.
And you can remember him telling you all these stories about.
Oh, Gillespie
Gudrum.
That was my favourite.
Oh yes, fantastic. Yeah. He was allegedly a bit soft chap, but he wasn't really so soft.
Gillespie
Gudrum. He was smarter than bureaucracy. Because I remember there was a great story. They were told he hadn't paid his rental, and he was being forced with eviction. However, he went up and he said, "Can I pay you something towards it?" "No, we want it all." And he would keep going up, "Can I pay something towards it?" Pay something. And he was taken to court, and he eventually said, "No, but I offered them the money." No, I offered them that 10 times. And they didn't take it. So the 10 times equated to his whole rental. Yeah. And they said, "Oh, well, we find in your favour, Gillespie." Yes, I'll remember these songs.
Yeah, oh, it's great. We used to sing, I'm just thinking we could sign off with this. We, of course, haven't rehearsed this either. Would that be a good one too?
Why not? Well, wait, could I start off with a little one and then come into that one?
Yeah. Okay, you start.
Okay. The ferretun vore middi more, ferretun vore smore middi, ferretun vore middi more, coni middi mari. The ferretun vore middi more, ferretun vore smore middi, ferretun vore middi more, coni middi mari. Ferretun vore middi more, ferretun vore smore middi, ferretun vore middi more, coni middi mari. Ferretun vore more me the more ferretin for is for me the ferretin for me the more a corny me the Mary. Yamara faminduri namare me viama. Yamara faminduri kalakan kamiori. Yamara faminduri namare me viama. Yamara faminduri kalakan kamiori. Ora magulikan raimi. Ora magulikan from a lama waja. Ora magulikan raimi. Ora magulikan from a lama waja. Yamara faminduri namare me viama. Yamara faminduri kalakan kamiori. Yamara faminduri namare me viama. Yamara faminduri kalakan kamiori. Ora magulikan raimi. Ora magulikan from a lama waja. Ora magulikan raimi. Ora magulikan from a lama waja. Applause.
Thank you so much for joining us at Uncle Alasdair and Aunt Angela's kitchen. Special thanks, Bobby and Scott Harvey. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are, all over the world. And we'll see you next week at the kitchen concert. This could be the start of a kitchen concert tour.
Wow.
Who knows? Go to my website, and if you want to subscribe, I do a wee newsletter every week, and I kind of keep people up to date with what's happening and what I'm doing. And we're just trying to cheer a few.
Can I just say one thing too, extra?
Yeah.
Amazing that the behind us is a Joe Lomo painting. John
yes.
Lowry Morrison.
Yes.
And the first time that Bobby came into the kitchen, I just put it up with Angela. I said, that's the very house my wife Kathy used to live in, always for her holidays. And in fact, the house up there, in the top, that's the cottage she stayed in. Wow. I even pointed to the bedroom. I thought it was amazing. It's a puffer at Easdale. That's really? The painting.
Wonderful. And the colours, Joe Lomo's colours are amazing.
Yeah,
so stunning. Fantastic. Thank you very much to everybody for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.
And good Alan Stewart, will allow me up, I hope. I could have worn the kilt after all.
Maybe a dram now. How about that? Whew. Lovely. This is where we don't know how to switch it off. Yes, there.
I just say bye.
Bye.
Finish. Bye.